What if being positive is not about smiling all the time? What if real positivity is a quiet power that changes your mind, your energy, and even your future? In this video, you will discover simple but powerful truths about positive thinking that can improve your daily life in surprising ways. Stay with us, because some of these ideas may completely change the way you see yourself and the world around you. Welcome to Daily English Audio. Today, we're talking about how to become more positive in a natural and realistic way. Not fake happiness, not pretending everything is perfect. Real positivity means learning how to stay strong during difficult moments, how to protect your peace, and how to train your mind to focus on hope instead of fear. Many people think positive people are just lucky, but the truth is very different. Positivity is a habit. It is something you build every day with your thoughts, your words, and your actions. And once you understand this, your life can slowly begin to change in amazing ways. Many people wake up every morning already feeling tired, stressed, or worried about problems that did not even happen yet. The human mind naturally focuses on danger and negative situations because it wants to protect us. But when negative thoughts control our life every day, they slowly steal our energy, confidence, and happiness. A positive mindset does not mean ignoring problems. It means choosing not to let problems destroy your inner peace. The way you talk to yourself is extremely important because your brain listens to every word you repeat again and again. If you constantly say, "I am weak," "I cannot do this," or "nothing good happens to me," your mind slowly begins to believe those ideas as truth. But when you start changing your inner language, even in simple ways, your emotions and actions also begin to change. People who practice positivity often become calmer, healthier, and more confident because they train their minds to search for opportunities instead of only seeing difficulties. For example, when something bad happens, a negative person may think life is unfair and give up quickly. But a positive person tries to learn something valuable from the situation and continues moving forward. This small difference in thinking can completely change the direction of a person's future. Science also shows that positive thinking can reduce stress, improve sleep, and help the body stay healthier. When your mind feels peaceful, your body also feels stronger. Another powerful truth is that positivity spreads from one person to another. The energy you bring into a room affects people around you. A kind smile, encouraging words, or simple gratitude can change someone's entire day without you even realizing it. That is why positive people often create stronger friendships and better relationships. They make others feel safe, respected, and motivated. One of the best ways to become more positive is to control what enters your mind every day. If you always watch negative content, complain constantly, or spend time with toxic people, your mind becomes heavy and exhausted. But when you read inspiring ideas, listen to peaceful music, speak with good people, and practice gratitude, your thoughts slowly become brighter and healthier. Even small daily habits can create big emotional changes over time. Every morning gives you a new opportunity to choose your mindset. You cannot always control what happens around you, but you can control your reaction. And sometimes, that single choice changes everything. Many people think positivity comes from big success, money, or a perfect life. But true positivity is often created through small daily habits that seem simple at first. The little things you do every day quietly shape your thoughts, emotions, and future. For example, the way you start your morning can affect your entire day. If the first thing you do is check stressful news, read negative comments, or think about problems, your brain immediately enters a state of stress and pressure. But when you begin your day with calm thoughts, gratitude, or a few peaceful minutes, your mind becomes more balanced and focused. Positive people understand that the brain is like a garden. Whatever you plant and water every day will grow stronger. If you feed your mind with fear, anger, and negativity, those emotions become more powerful. But if you feed your mind with hope, learning, motivation, and good energy, your thinking slowly changes in a beautiful way. One powerful habit is gratitude. Many people ignore this because it sounds too simple, but gratitude has a deep effect on the human mind. When you take a moment to appreciate what you already have, your attention moves away from stress and disappointment. You begin noticing good things that were always around you but hidden behind worry and negativity. Even during difficult times, there is usually something valuable in life. Your health, your family, a lesson, a new chance, or even the simple fact that you are still alive and moving forward. Positive people train themselves to see these things clearly. Another important habit is protecting your mental environment. Some people constantly complain, spread drama, or bring negative energy everywhere they go. Spending too much time around this kind of energy can slowly affect your own mindset without you noticing it. That is why positive people choose carefully what they listen to, what they watch, and who they spend time with. They understand that peace is valuable and must be protected. At the same time, positivity does not mean being perfect all the time. Even positive people feel sadness, stress, and disappointment. The difference is that they do not stay trapped inside those emotions forever. They allow themselves to feel pain, but they continue moving forward step by step. This creates emotional strength. Life becomes easier when you stop expecting perfection from yourself. Many people suffer because they constantly compare their lives to others on social media. They think everyone else is happier, richer, more successful, or more beautiful. But social media often shows only the best moments, not the hidden struggles. Positive people focus more on improving themselves instead of competing with everyone around them. They celebrate small progress because they know real growth takes time. Another powerful truth is that your words carry energy. The way you speak can either build hope or destroy motivation. Encouraging words can change someone's mood, confidence, and even their future. A simple sentence like, "You can do this," may stay in a person's heart for years. That is why kind words are never small. In the end, positivity is not about living without problems. It is about learning how to keep light inside yourself even when life becomes dark. And sometimes, that inner light becomes the reason you continue fighting, growing, and believing in better days ahead. One of the most powerful parts of positivity is learning how to stay strong during difficult moments. Anyone can smile when life is easy, but real inner strength appears when problems, failure, or disappointment enter your life. Many people lose hope too quickly because they believe hard times will last forever. But life is always changing. Pain changes. Situations change. People change. Even the darkest moments can slowly lead to wisdom, growth, and unexpected opportunities. Positive people understand this deeply. They know that every difficult season carries an important lesson, even if that lesson is invisible at first. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" they often ask, "What can this experience teach me?" This small change in thinking can completely transform a person's mindset and emotional power. Challenges are not only obstacles, sometimes they are preparation for a stronger future. A person who never experiences difficulty may never discover their true strength, patience, or courage. Many successful and inspiring people failed many times before reaching their goals. What made them different was not luck alone. It was their decision to continue after disappointment. They refused to let failure define their future. Failure is not the opposite of success. Very often, failure is part of success. Every mistake teaches something valuable if you are willing to learn from it. Positive people do not waste all their energy complaining about the past. They focus more on what they can do next. This helps them recover faster emotionally and mentally. Another important truth is that the human mind believes what it repeatedly hears. If you constantly focus on fear and hopelessness, your confidence slowly becomes weaker. But when you remind yourself that problems are temporary and improvement is possible, your mind begins building resilience. Resilience means the ability to rise again after falling down. Life will always include moments of stress, rejection, sadness, and uncertainty. Nobody escapes these experiences completely. However, positive people learn how to face these moments without losing themselves. They understand that bad days do not mean a bad life. Sometimes one painful chapter can lead to a beautiful new beginning. Another powerful habit is learning to control emotional reactions. Many people destroy their peace because they react too quickly with anger, fear, or negativity. Positive people try to pause, breathe, and think carefully before reacting. This simple habit protects relationships, mental health, and personal growth. Calm thinking often creates better solutions than emotional panic. It is also important to remember that healing takes time. Some people become frustrated because they want instant happiness or instant change. But emotional growth is like planting a tree. You water it every day, and slowly over time it becomes stronger. Small positive actions repeated daily can completely change a person's life months or years later. Even during painful seasons, there are still reasons to keep moving forward. Sometimes hope is very quiet, but it is still there. One kind conversation, one new opportunity, one good decision, or one peaceful moment can change everything in ways you never expected. That is why you should never give up on yourself too early. Your future may still contain beautiful experiences that you cannot see today. Positive people are not people without pain. They are people who continue believing in light even after walking through darkness. And often, that quiet belief becomes the reason they eventually rise stronger than before. The people around you have a powerful influence on your thoughts, emotions, and daily energy. Many people do not realize how much their environment affects their mindset. If you spend most of your time around negative people who constantly complain, criticize, or spread hopelessness, your own mind slowly becomes heavier without you noticing it. Energy is contagious. The attitudes, words, and emotions of others can quietly shape the way you see yourself and the world. That is why positive people are careful about the relationships they build and protect. They understand that peace of mind is extremely valuable. This does not mean avoiding everyone with problems or pretending life is always perfect. It simply means choosing relationships that encourage growth, respect, honesty, and emotional support instead of constant negativity and emotional exhaustion. Good relationships can become a source of strength during difficult times. Sometimes one supportive friend, one caring family member, or one encouraging teacher can completely change the direction of a person's life. Human beings need connection. We all need people who listen, understand, and remind us not to give up when life becomes difficult. Positive people often create healthier relationships because they practice kindness, patience, and empathy in their daily interactions. They try to understand others instead of judging too quickly. They know that every person is fighting private battles that may not be visible on the outside. A simple act of kindness can deeply affect someone who is silently struggling. Even small actions like listening carefully, giving encouragement, or showing gratitude can build stronger emotional connections. Another important truth is that your words carry emotional power. Harsh words can stay in someone's heart for years, while kind words can heal emotional pain and build confidence. Positive people are usually more aware of the way they speak. They try to avoid unnecessary insults, constant criticism, and negative conversations because they understand that language shapes emotions. Many conflicts become worse because people react emotionally instead of communicating calmly. Learning how to speak with respect, even during disagreement, is a powerful skill that can improve every relationship in life. It is also important to learn how to set healthy boundaries. Some people constantly drain your energy through manipulation, disrespect, or endless negativity. Staying around toxic behavior for too long can damage your mental and emotional health. Positive people understand that protecting their peace is not selfish. Sometimes saying no, taking distance, or limiting unhealthy relationships is necessary for personal growth. At the same time, positivity also means becoming a better person for others. Instead of only searching for supportive people, try to become someone who brings comfort, hope, and encouragement into the lives of others. The energy you give often returns to you over time. Smiling more, listening carefully, helping someone in need, or simply being respectful can create a positive effect that spreads further than you imagine. Many people remember kindness for the rest of their lives because genuine kindness is rare and powerful. In the end, a positive life is not built only by personal success or money. It is also built through meaningful relationships, emotional connection, and the way people feel when they are around you. Long after people forget your achievements, they will still remember how your words and actions made them feel. That is why positivity is not only about changing your own life. Sometimes it also becomes the light that helps others continue their journey with more hope, strength, and courage. One of the biggest secrets of a positive life is learning how to control your focus. The human mind is powerful, but it usually grows stronger in the direction where attention goes most often. If you focus only on problems, fear, mistakes, and disappointment, your mind slowly begins to believe that life is nothing but stress and sadness. But when you train yourself to notice opportunities, lessons, beauty, and hope, your emotional world begins to change little by little. This does not happen overnight. Positivity is not magic. It is daily mental training. Every single day, your brain is collecting information from your thoughts, conversations, habits, and experiences. Over time, these repeated patterns shape your personality, confidence, and emotional strength. That is why controlling your focus is one of the most important skills a person can develop. Many people spend years thinking about things they cannot control. They worry about the past, fear the future, or become emotionally trapped by situations that already ended long ago. Positive people understand an important truth. You cannot always control what happens around you, but you can control where your attention goes. Instead of wasting all their energy on things outside their power, they focus more on actions, solutions, learning, and self-improvement. This creates a calmer and stronger mindset. For example, if something goes wrong, a negative mind may continue replaying the problem again and again, creating more stress and emotional pain. But a positive mind asks practical questions like, "What can I learn from this?" Or, "What is the next step?" This habit helps people move forward instead of remaining emotionally stuck. Another powerful part of positivity is learning to appreciate the present moment. Many people are always waiting for happiness in the future. They think, "I will be happy when I become rich, successful, famous, or perfect." But this way of thinking often creates endless dissatisfaction because there will always be another goal, another problem, or another comparison. Positive people learn how to enjoy simple moments while still working toward bigger dreams. A peaceful morning, a good conversation, fresh air, music, laughter, or even a quiet moment alone can become meaningful when you truly pay attention to it. Life is often made beautiful by small moments that people usually ignore. Technology and social media also affect focus in powerful ways. Many people constantly compare themselves to unrealistic images online and begin feeling insecure or unhappy. They forget that social media often hides real struggles and shows only perfect moments. Positive people try not to measure their value by other people's lives. Instead, they focus on personal growth and becoming a better version of themselves. They understand that every person has a different journey, different timing, and different challenges. Another important truth is that positivity grows stronger through action, not only thinking. You cannot completely change your life by motivation alone. Real change happens when positive thinking becomes positive behavior. Simple actions like exercising, reading, helping others, learning new skills, sleeping well, and practicing gratitude can slowly transform both the mind and body. Small healthy habits repeated daily create powerful long-term results. Even when progress feels slow, every positive step still matters. In the end, your focus becomes your reality. The more you train your mind to search for light, growth, and possibility, the stronger your inner peace becomes. Life will never be perfect, but positivity helps you continue walking forward with hope, confidence, and emotional strength even during difficult seasons. And sometimes, that mindset alone becomes the reason a person changes their entire future. One of the most life-changing parts of positivity is believing in your own potential even when nobody else does. Many people stop chasing their dreams too early because they become afraid of failure, criticism, or rejection. They wait for perfect conditions, perfect confidence, or approval from others before taking action. But positive people understand that growth usually begins in uncomfortable situations. Confidence is not something people are born with naturally. Real confidence is built slowly through action, experience, mistakes, and persistence. Every successful person once felt fear, uncertainty, and self-doubt. The difference is that they continued moving forward even while feeling afraid. Fear is a normal human emotion, but it should not control your future. Many opportunities disappear because people are too afraid to try. Sometimes the greatest risk in life is not failure. It is staying in the same place for years because of fear. Positive people learn how to face uncertainty with courage. They understand that progress is often more important than perfection. Even small steps can completely change a person's future over time. One powerful truth is that the way you see yourself affects every part of your life. If you constantly believe you are weak, unlucky, or incapable, your actions will slowly reflect those beliefs. But when you begin seeing yourself as someone who can learn, improve, and overcome challenges, your mindset becomes stronger. Your brain responds to repeated beliefs. This is why positive self-talk matters so much. Encouraging yourself during difficult moments can create emotional strength that helps you continue when life becomes hard. Another important lesson is learning not to give up after failure. Many people think failure means the end, but often failure is simply part of the learning process. A child learns to walk by falling many times. In the same way, people grow through mistakes, setbacks, and difficult experiences. Positive people do not see failure as proof of weakness. They see it as feedback, experience, and preparation for future success. Every mistake carries a lesson if you are willing to learn from it. Some of the strongest people in the world became strong because life forced them to struggle first. Hard experiences often teach patience, wisdom, discipline, and resilience in ways comfort never can. Another powerful habit is learning how to silence unnecessary negative opinions. Not everyone will understand your dreams, goals, or personal journey. Some people criticize others simply because they are afraid to chase their own goals. If you allow every negative opinion to control your decisions, you may never discover your true potential. Positive people listen to advice carefully, but they do not let fear and negativity from others destroy their confidence. They stay focused on their path while continuing to grow and improve themselves. It is also important to celebrate small victories. Many people only feel proud when they achieve huge success, but real growth often happens quietly through small daily progress. Waking up stronger after a difficult time, learning a new skill, controlling emotions better, or continuing after disappointment are all victories that deserve respect. Positive people understand that success is usually built slowly, step by step. In the end, believing in yourself does not mean thinking you are perfect. It means trusting that you can continue learning, improving, and rising again no matter how difficult life becomes. Your future is not decided only by talent, luck, or circumstances. Very often, it is shaped by mindset, persistence, and the decision to keep going even when the road feels difficult. Sometimes one moment of courage can completely change a person's life forever. True positivity becomes most powerful when it changes not only your thoughts, but also the way you live every single day. Many people believe motivation alone will transform their lives, but motivation is temporary. Some days you feel inspired and full of energy, while other days you feel tired, stressed, or emotionally empty. Positive people understand that lasting change is built through discipline and daily habits, not only emotions. They do not wait for perfect moods before improving themselves. Instead, they continue taking small positive actions even on difficult days. This is one of the biggest differences between people who dream about change and people who actually create it. Small actions repeated consistently can slowly build a completely different future. A person who reads a few pages every day gains knowledge over time. A person who exercises regularly becomes stronger little by little. A person who practices calm thinking and gratitude every day slowly develops emotional peace. The results may not appear immediately, but daily habits quietly shape the direction of life. Positive people understand the power of consistency. They know that even tiny improvements become valuable when repeated for months or years. Another important truth is that your environment affects your habits more than you may realize. If your room, schedule, friendships, and daily routine are full of chaos and negativity, staying positive becomes much harder. That is why positive people often try to create healthier environments around themselves. They organize their time better, avoid unnecessary drama, spend more time learning useful things, and protect their mental energy carefully. Even simple habits like sleeping earlier, drinking more water, walking outside, or reducing negative media can improve emotional health in surprising ways. The body and mind are deeply connected. When your body feels exhausted, your thoughts often become heavier and more negative too. Taking care of yourself physically is also part of positivity. Another powerful lesson is learning how to stay patient with your progress. Modern life teaches people to expect fast results, instant success, and quick happiness. But real personal growth usually happens slowly and quietly. Some days you may feel like nothing is changing, even when you are improving inside. Positive people continue anyway. They trust the process even during slow seasons. A tree does not grow overnight, but every day its roots become stronger beneath the surface. Human growth works the same way. Sometimes your biggest progress is invisible at first. Positive people also understand the importance of rest. Many people push themselves until they become emotionally and mentally exhausted. They think being busy all the time means being successful. But rest is not weakness. Rest allows the mind to recover, heal, and think clearly again. Peaceful moments are necessary for emotional balance. Spending time in nature, enjoying silence, praying, reflecting, or simply taking a break from constant stress can restore inner energy in powerful ways. Another important habit is helping others. Surprisingly, one of the fastest ways to feel more positive is to bring positivity into someone else's life. Helping a person, encouraging a friend, teaching something useful, or showing kindness creates a deep sense of meaning and connection. Human beings naturally feel stronger when they contribute something good to the world around them. In the end, positivity is not a single moment or temporary emotion. It is a lifestyle built through thoughts, habits, patience, discipline, and daily choices. Life will always contain challenges, uncertainty, and difficult seasons, but positive people continue moving forward with hope and purpose. They understand that happiness is not found only at the finish line. Very often, it is created step by step during the journey itself. At the end of the day, one of the greatest truths about positivity is that it changes the way you experience life itself. Two people can face the same situation, but their mindset can lead them toward completely different emotional outcomes. One person may see only failure, stress, and hopelessness, while the other sees lessons, opportunities, and reasons to continue. This is why mindset is so powerful. Your thoughts shape your emotions, your actions, your decisions, and eventually your future. Positive people are not people who never suffer or never cry. They are people who refuse to let darkness completely control their spirit. Even during painful moments, they continue searching for meaning, growth, and hope. This ability becomes a quiet source of strength that helps them survive difficult seasons and continue building a better future. One important lesson many people learn too late is that life moves very quickly. Years pass faster than we expect. That is why positive people try not to waste all their energy on hate, constant anger, regret, or unnecessary negativity. They understand that peace of mind is more valuable than winning every argument or proving themselves to everyone. Protecting inner peace becomes more important than feeding endless stress and emotional conflict. This does not mean ignoring problems or becoming weak. It means choosing wisely where your emotional energy goes. Some battles are simply not worth destroying your happiness for. Another powerful truth is that positivity creates emotional freedom. Negative thinking often traps people inside fear, overthinking, jealousy, or painful memories from the past. But positivity helps people breathe again emotionally. It allows them to forgive, move forward, and stop carrying unnecessary emotional weight. Forgiveness is especially powerful. Many people continue suffering because they hold anger inside for years. Positive people understand that forgiveness is not always about saying what happened was acceptable. Sometimes forgiveness is about freeing your own heart from permanent bitterness and pain. Carrying hate for too long can quietly damage mental and emotional health. Letting go often brings peace that anger never could. Another important part of positivity is learning how to value yourself without depending completely on outside approval. Many people spend their lives trying to satisfy everyone around them. They become emotionally exhausted because they fear criticism or rejection. Positive people still care about others, but they also understand the importance of self-respect and emotional balance. They know they cannot control every opinion people have about them. Instead of constantly chasing validation, they focus more on living honestly, growing personally, and staying true to their values. This creates deeper confidence and emotional stability. Positive people also understand that happiness is often hidden inside ordinary moments. Society teaches people to search for happiness only in money, status, beauty, or huge achievements. But some of life's most meaningful moments are simple: laughing with loved ones, hearing kind words, watching the sunrise, helping someone, feeling peaceful after a difficult day, or realizing you survived something that once felt impossible. These moments may seem small, but together they create a meaningful life. In the end, positivity is not about pretending everything is perfect. It is about choosing hope even when life becomes difficult. It is about training your mind to focus on growth instead of defeat, gratitude instead of constant complaint, and courage instead of fear. Every day gives you another opportunity to shape your mindset and direction. And sometimes, changing the way you think becomes the first step toward changing your entire life. No matter what happened in the past, the future is still being written. As long as you continue moving forward with hope, kindness, and belief in yourself, new possibilities can still appear in ways you never imagined. One of the deepest lessons about positivity is understanding that happiness is not something you find one day and keep forever. Life naturally changes. Some days feel peaceful and beautiful, while other days bring stress, loss, confusion, or disappointment. Positive people understand this reality, and instead of expecting life to be perfect all the time, they learn how to stay emotionally balanced during both good and difficult seasons. This emotional balance becomes one of the greatest forms of inner strength. Many people depend completely on outside situations for happiness. If everything goes well, they feel good. But if one problem appears, their peace disappears immediately. Positive people try to build peace from within instead of depending only on external circumstances. They understand that real strength comes from the ability to remain hopeful and calm, even when life becomes uncertain. One powerful reason positivity changes lives is because the mind and body are deeply connected. Constant stress, fear, and negativity can slowly affect sleep, energy, concentration, and even physical health. When people spend years overthinking, worrying, or carrying emotional pain without rest, the body also becomes exhausted. Positive thinking does not magically remove all problems, but it can reduce emotional pressure and help the body recover more naturally. People who practice gratitude, emotional control, healthy habits, and hopeful thinking often feel more energetic and mentally clear. Their minds become less trapped by constant fear and negativity. Another important truth is that positivity helps people become more adaptable. Life rarely goes exactly as planned. Dreams change. People change. Unexpected situations appear without warning. Some people completely break emotionally when life becomes different from their expectations. But positive people learn how to adapt instead of giving up. They understand that flexibility is part of survival and growth. Sometimes the path you originally wanted closes for a reason, and a completely new opportunity appears later. Many successful people discover their purpose only after failure, rejection, or unexpected change force them in another direction. Positive people stay open to these possibilities instead of believing every disappointment is the end. Another powerful lesson is learning how to protect your attention from constant negativity in the modern world. Today, people are surrounded by endless bad news, arguments, online pressure, and unrealistic comparisons. Without realizing it, many minds become overloaded with emotional noise every day. Positive people understand the importance of mental protection. They take breaks from negativity, limit harmful content, and create moments of silence and peace for themselves. They know the brain needs rest just like the body does. Spending time in nature, reading useful books, listening to calm music, praying, meditating, or simply sitting quietly for a few minutes can help restore emotional balance. Another beautiful part of positivity is that it inspires others without forcing anything. Truly positive people often become a source of comfort and hope naturally. Their calm energy, encouraging words, and balanced mindset help others feel safer and stronger too. Sometimes people may forget advice, but they remember how someone made them feel during difficult moments. A positive attitude can quietly change families, friendships, workplaces, and entire communities over time. One hopeful person can influence many lives without even realizing it. In the end, positivity is not about escaping reality. It is about facing reality with courage, wisdom, and hope. Difficult moments will always exist, but your mindset decides whether those moments destroy you or help you grow stronger. Every challenge carries the possibility of learning something valuable about yourself and life. Even after painful experiences, people can still heal, rebuild, and create meaningful futures. As long as you continue believing that better days are possible, you already carry one of the most powerful forms of strength a human being can have. In the end, perhaps the most powerful truth about positivity is that it gives people the strength to continue living with hope even when life becomes difficult. Every human being faces moments of pain, disappointment, uncertainty, and emotional struggle. No one escapes hard times completely. Some people lose opportunities, some experience heartbreak, some face failure, and others carry silent battles that nobody else can see. But positivity changes the way a person walks through those moments. Instead of allowing darkness to completely control their life, positive people continue searching for light, meaning, and reasons to move forward. This mindset does not remove pain, but it prevents pain from destroying the future. One important lesson in life is that difficult experiences often shape people in powerful ways. Many of the strongest, wisest, and kindest individuals became that way because they survived hard seasons that forced them to grow emotionally. Pain can either make a person bitter or make them stronger and more understanding. Positive people try to use difficult experiences as lessons instead of permanent emotional prisons. They understand that suffering is temporary, even when it feels endless in the moment. Time changes situations, heals emotional wounds, and opens doors that once seemed impossible to reach. Another important truth is that positivity helps people see possibilities where others only see limits. A negative mindset often focuses on fear, excuses, and reasons why something cannot happen. But a positive mindset searches for solutions, opportunities, and new paths forward. This difference affects education, careers, relationships, health, and personal dreams. Many people achieve meaningful success not because life was easy for them, but because they refused to stop believing improvement was possible. Hope is extremely powerful. Without hope, people stop trying. But with hope, human beings can survive incredible difficulties and continue rebuilding their lives step by step. Another life-changing part of positivity is learning to appreciate yourself and your journey. Many people spend years criticizing themselves harshly. They focus only on mistakes, weaknesses, and imperfections, while ignoring how much they have already survived and overcome. Positive people still work on improving themselves, but they also learn self-respect and self-compassion. They understand that being human means making mistakes, learning slowly, and growing through experience. Nobody has a perfect life or perfect personality. Real growth happens when people stop hating themselves for every failure and start treating themselves with patience and understanding. Another beautiful truth is that positivity allows people to enjoy life more deeply. When the mind is constantly filled with anger, jealousy, fear, or stress, it becomes difficult to appreciate simple moments. Positive people notice beauty more easily because their minds are not completely trapped by negativity. They appreciate conversations, laughter, peaceful moments, family, friendship, nature, music, learning, and small daily experiences that many people ignore. Over time, these moments create a richer and more meaningful life. Happiness is often hidden inside ordinary days, not only inside huge achievements. Positive people also understand that every day is another chance to begin again. The past may contain mistakes, regret, or painful memories, but the future is still open. Human beings always have the ability to learn, improve, forgive, heal, and choose a new direction. Even one new decision can slowly change an entire life. This is why positivity is so powerful. It keeps the door of possibility open even during dark times. In the end, positivity is not fake happiness or pretending life is easy. It is the decision to continue believing in growth, kindness, resilience, and better days ahead. It is the quiet courage to stand up again after falling, to keep dreaming after disappointment, and to keep moving forward even when the road feels uncertain. And sometimes, that simple decision becomes the beginning of a completely new life. At this final part, it is important to understand that positivity is not a destination where you suddenly arrive and stay forever. It is a continuous journey that grows with you, changes with you, and becomes stronger through every stage of your life. Many people think that if they become positive, everything in life will immediately become easy, but real life does not work like that. Even positive people still face stress, confusion, failure, and unexpected problems. The difference is not in the absence of problems, but in the way they respond to them. Instead of breaking down or giving up, they try to understand, adjust, and continue forward with patience. This mindset slowly builds emotional maturity, which is one of the most valuable strengths a person can have. Emotional maturity means you do not let every situation control your mood or your future decisions. You learn to pause, think clearly, and respond wisely instead of reacting with anger or fear. Another important truth is that positivity becomes stronger when it is practiced in silence, not only spoken about. Many people talk about being positive, but real change happens in private moments, in the way you think when no one is watching, in the way you handle disappointment, and in the way you treat yourself when things go wrong. Self-talk plays a huge role in this process. If you constantly criticize yourself, your confidence becomes weak over time. But if you speak to yourself with encouragement, patience, and understanding, your mind slowly becomes more stable and supportive. Positive people are not always loud or perfect. Often, they are simply people who refuse to give up on themselves quietly, even during difficult times. Another powerful idea is that every ending in life can also become a new beginning. Sometimes people feel like certain chapters in life are failures, but later they realize those moments were actually redirections. A closed door can protect you from something harmful or guide you toward something better that you could not see before. This is why positive thinking includes trust in the process of life, even when the outcome is not immediately clear. Trust does not mean everything is easy. It means you believe that your effort, patience, and learning still have value even when results are delayed. Over time, this mindset reduces anxiety and increases emotional strength. It also helps people stay focused on growth instead of fear. One of the most powerful effects of positivity is that it changes your identity. Slowly, you stop seeing yourself as someone who always struggles and start seeing yourself as someone who learns, adapts, and improves. This shift in identity is life-changing because it affects every decision you make. When you believe you are capable of growth, you begin to act differently, choose differently, and think differently. Small decisions start building a new version of you. In the end, positivity is not about having a perfect life, but about becoming a stronger, calmer, and more hopeful version of yourself inside any situation. Life will always continue with its ups and downs, but with the right mindset, even difficult days can become part of your personal growth story. And sometimes, the most powerful transformation begins with a simple choice: to believe that better days are still possible and that you are still capable of becoming more than what your current situation shows.